And I'm Lauren McCoy. The man whose murder case went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court and made non-unanimous jury verdicts unconstitutional is found not guilty at his second trial.
Andres Fuentes has more on his release.
Evangelisto Ramos made his way out of the Orleans Justice Center almost a day after being found not guilty in his second murder trial.
This is the best possible outcome that you could hope for, is to see someone regain their freedom.
8 years ago, Ramos was accused in a brutal stabbing death of Trinice Fedison, whose body was found dumped in a trash can in her Central City neighborhood. Back in 2016, Ramos was convicted of a murder in a split 10-2 jury vote and sentenced to life. Louisiana voters later changed the state law to require unanimous juries, and the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Ramos's conviction.
It's the greatest feeling. It's the reason that I do this work.
Fedison's sister still believes that Ramos is a killer. In a statement, she says that the retrial brought on an array of emotions for her and her family. Lorraine Fedison Winder says as a black woman she's elated about the dismantling of a Jim Crow law, but her family is convinced that Ramos did in fact kill her sister. She says DNA was found inside of her, under her fingernails, and was the predominant contributor on the trash can that she was found in. Fox 8 legal analyst Joe Responti says because it's been so long since the crime, it was more challenging for the DA's office to get a conviction.
To me, it's not a surprise that you get a not guilty verdict on a case like this. Witnesses disappear, they die, they forget. Cases are harder to prosecute the older they get.
Now, in a statement, the district attorney's office says, in part, quote, our ADAs rootedly presented every piece of legal evidence possible and available after 8 years. The statement also expressed their condolences for the Fedison's loved ones. And if you can also read the rest of the DA statement as well as Fedison's sister's full statement on our website at fox8live.com.